I am so excited to be sharing with you my planner for 2024. Now this is a planner that you have seen on my channel, but you have never seen it set up like this, so stay tuned. Hey guys, my name is Nikki and I want to welcome you here to Carry Grace. Okay, so I am so stinking excited to be sharing with you my 2024 planner. Now this is a planner you guys have seen. I know I already mentioned that, but I finally have this planner set up in a way that is going to make my life so much easier. I have finally figured out how to set up this planner so that I can manage all of my personal life as well as manage all of the things here in my home. So we're talking all the home routines, cleaning routines, all of those things. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and we are going to dive in. All right, so this is the Bloom Ultimate Planner. This planner is undated. I am normally not a fan of an undated planner, but this planner was worth it to me to sit down and date because it had the other things in it that were really important to me that I needed. So sometimes you just have to do what you gotta do to get the planner that is gonna work for you. So this is a larger planner. I believe the paper in here, like without the coil, so from here over, is like an 8.5 by 11. I don't know exactly what size that translates to, but an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper fits in the pocket right here. This planner comes with a clear, like plastic pocket on the front, and you can put in whatever kind of paper or whatever you want for a cover. It also comes with 3 choices for covers. I've got this one this year. It says "Let Your Light Shine." It also has this one, which is a floral print. And then there is like another one that's like kind of this blue color. It's solid. And then it has a quote on the front. So in the beginning, you open it up and you have your place to, put your personal information, how you are going to bloom this year. It's got a place for you to create your mission statement, and then a place for you to put your word of the year. Now, I am not going to go through all of the pages here at the beginning because I did that in another video, and I will leave a link to that video linked down below, so make sure you check that out. I initially purchased this planner, not this one, but one exactly like it, for me to use from October of 23 through like September of 24. But I used it so much and liked it so much, like I knew this was going to be the planner for me. I decided to go ahead and buy another one so that I could redate it again and get it ready so that I had a full year in this planner. Now I know that's not for everybody. I just knew that that was going to be something that I really wanted to do for me. So that is what I did. So even though I'm not going to show you all of this stuff in the front because I have that in another video, I am going to show you a few pages. So this page right here was probably one of my favorite pages in this planner. It is where you create your ideal week. Now, let me kind of go ahead and just pause for a second. I have been using the Fly Lady system for a very long time. This is the year, though, that I have created my own cleaning system. It's very similar to the Fly Lady system because I am still doing zone cleaning, but I have done the Fly Lady system, I have done Clean Mama, I have done Passionate Penny Pincher, I have done various other things through the years, and this year, like I said, I have created my own cleaning system, and that is going to be released later this month, but some of you are going to get a like a sneak peek of what that is going to look like in this planner because I have set this planner up already for the year. So on this page, you have got a place to put in your morning routine, your evening routine, and then whatever you want to for the weekends. And then over here, you've got Monday through Sunday. I used this section to put in kind of my weekly rhythms. So I've got, specific days that I do certain things, specific days that I do specific laundry and things like that. And I did use stickers from Bloom Daily. They've got great stickers. So all the stickers in here are from Bloom Daily. The next page you will see is a weekly schedule. I am still kind of working on this. I plugged in the things that I kind of know for sure, but we've kind of got a few things that we're kind of trying to work out and adjust for school this year. So I haven't filled this in yet. The next main page I wanted to show you this is for tracking your moods, and I did the same thing that I did in the one that I got for October. Like I said, it's the same planner. I marked that out, and I'm going to be using this to track my movement this year. So I've got, you know, a specific color highlight for different times that I'm active, or if I did strength training, and I will just fill this in. Now I'll probably keep up with this like on my weekly pages and then just fill this in maybe a week at a time or a month at a time. I'm probably not gonna open to this page daily, but it will be nice to kind of look back on this and kind of see everything at a glance. Now this is a mood tracker, you can use it for that, but you could also track anything that you want to track here. If there's anything that you're working on for the year and you kind of want to see it all at once, this is a great page for that. All right, so the next thing you are going to see, like I just opened it to the month. This is the January tab, and on the left side of the January tab, you will normally have a monthly budget page and your monthly visions and goals. I don't use this monthly budget page. So what I decided to do is go to the Bloom website and print out one of their blank monthly calendars. I am a monthly meal planner, and so I like to have my monthly meal plan where I can reference it regularly. So again, I just went to the Bloom Daily's website. I went to their free printables. I printed this out. I grabbed some stickers from my sticker book, and then I filled in my meals for the month. Over here, I gave myself some room like for breakfast and lunch ideas. I'm not going to do that moving forward. Like obviously it will be that way for January, but for February, I decided that I'm actually going to use this to track how much I'm spending on groceries. So every time I go to the grocery store or do some kind of grocery order, I will put what store I went to and how much I spent, because this is something that we are really working on. Now, if you want to use the budget page, obviously you wouldn't put something over it, but we track our budget differently. Everything is done online. My husband actually does it, but I kind of handle the grocery portion of the budget. So that's another reason I wanted this in here. Over here, you're going to see your visions and goals for the month. Now, I have learned that I do better if I pick a few of these and just focus on a few. In the past, I have tried to put some things for each category, and it was too much. So I just want to remind you guys that just because something is in a planner, make sure that you are using it in a way that serves you well. All right, so I'm going to take the January tab, I'm going to flip it over, and now you have your monthly view. Again, this planner comes undated, but Bloom Daily does have stickers with date dots. You get 2 sets of numbers for each month, so you have enough numbers to do your monthly view as well as your weekly view. And then there are other stickers in there as well, and they all color coordinate. These like fancy kind of decorative stickers, these are not in that pack, they're from something else, but I really like that they give you a way to date this without having to write in it. The first one I did last year from like October through December, I wrote the dates in myself, and I quickly realized that was not for me. The date stickers were a lot easier. So this is just kind of my month set up. Over here, I've got just kind of a section for monthly goals. And I know we've got monthly goals over here, but this is kind of more just tasks that I need to do throughout the month, not necessarily on a specific day, just the things that I need to accomplish at some point during the month. And I kind of just come here and fill this in as the month goes. Then I will transfer these things either to my weekly spread, or I may just check them off from here depending on what it is. And then I've also got just a birthday sticker down here for keeping up with birthdays for the month. One of the things that I really like about this planner is that because it is so large, I can get a lot of information in these boxes each day. I track everything on here. Now, I haven't filled this in for the entire month yet. Right now, like, it actually looks pretty slim, but that is not the case. January is actually super busy for us. So I've got some other things that I will be putting on here. All right, so now you're going to see the weekly spread. So what I like about this is you get a page per week. Now, this is kind of more of a, I don't know what you call this. Is it like a dashboard spread? Is it, because it's not really a horizontal, it's not really a vertical. I think it's called a dashboard spread. But basically you have a week overview, and then you've got a section for your priorities for the week, a to-do list, and then healthy habits that you can track. So the way that I set this up, now keep in mind, I'm a stay-at-home mom, I'm a homeschool mom. I have one kid that's driving, one that's not. I run a YouTube channel. I've got other different things that I'm involved in. But I don't always have a lot of appointments outside the house. Now, when I do though, I need to know when they are. I need to be able to see them at a glance. And a lot of times I will have all my kids' things tracked in here as well. So this spread works really well for me because I get an overview of things for the week. So the only thing I put right here are things that are a timed appointment, somewhere we have to be, you know, a specific place, specific time. But I don't put like tasks in here. These are just appointments, things like that. Now this little shaded box, this is where I keep up with my personal things that I'm going to do around the home. So for my cleaning, I have a weekly reset day on Monday, and then I also have specific laundry that I like to do each day. So I write those things in, kind of with my weekly rhythms. This is kind of just what I would consider my weekly rhythm. These are the things that I do each week, typically on the same day of the week, and it's just kind of a weekly rhythm. So I keep up with those things here. Right here, if I've got top priorities, sometimes I use this just for work things. And then I really like having a to-do list for the week. This is where I write all the to-dos that I need to do throughout the week. I kind of usually do a big brain dump at the beginning of the week and just kind of write all the tasks in. And then I just kind of check them all from there. Sometimes I add things as the week goes. And then down here for healthy habits, this is where I keep up with my AM routine, movement, laundry, running my RoboVac, and then my PM routine. A lot of times I will also have a school, like a check schoolwork right here, because again, we homeschool. We are off school this particular week, so I don't have it written in, but I like that I have a place where I can check off when I am doing these things. At the end of each month, you do get a blank notes page. And this is where you guys are going to see how I am keeping up with more home routines. So one of the things that I am doing this year is I'm really focusing on rhythms and routines. So I wanted a place where I could keep track of all of this for the month. Now, I would really like it if this page was at the beginning of the month, but it's not. And so we are just working with what we have. So over here, I just have a big square that I made. Also, let me go ahead and say, I wasn't very happy with how this turned out, like aesthetically. This is the first time I did this. I tried to use a stencil here. It's kind of messy. I've got white out. I kind of don't love the way it looks, but it's okay. Nobody is going to see this except for me and all of the people that look at it when I post it on the internet. And that's okay. This is life. Everything is not always going to be perfectly aesthetic. I am going to try to make it prettier next time, but even if I don't, this is going to work, and that is okay. So I've got my monthly rhythms and routines. So each month I have weekly prep that I am doing. So I've got a list of those things that I'm doing for my weekly prep. And then I just wrote week 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So each week I can come in here and I can check this off for the week when it is done. At the end of the month, I can see kind of, you know, where I did well, where I need to improve, if things need to change, things like that. Then I've also got my weekly home reset tasks. These are just like my cleaning tasks that I do once a week. So I have these in here so that I can check them off. The next thing I have listed is my weekly rhythm. Now I do have that listed right here, but I also wanted to be able to see it all in one place so I could check everything off and have it all together. So for me, my weekly rhythm, again, these are just things, tasks that I typically do on a specific day of the week, but I don't necessarily have something every day of the week. Again, these are just kind of rhythms, things that I like to kind of make sure that I'm checking in and doing. So I can keep up with that here. I do zone cleaning. I have my zones broken down into 6 zones. So each month I can just check if I did either some or all of my zone cleaning for the month. I have got quarterly tasks that I'm going to be doing, and I can just check off. This is just kind of a reminder to me to check in on my quarterly tasks. Are there some that I want to do this week? Are there some that I want to do this month? This is just really kind of a reminder, and then I can check that off. And then I have a goal to declutter 20 items every month. Now, that's not a big goal, but my home has been decluttered, like kind of overall, but everybody has clutter. The thing that I have learned over the years is that once you have done a good declutter, you have to maintain that. And the way to maintain that is to continually look at your things, go through your drawers, go through things, and continue to declutter. So that's why I just gave myself a goal of 20 items. This just reminds me every month to kind of be going through things and getting rid of things as necessary. So this is just my overview of the month of my rhythms and routines, so I can kind of see how I am doing. You flip the page and you get to the next month. Again, this is where I will be taping in my monthly meal plan. That is something that I printed on Bloom's website, and I will just print it out each month, fill it out, tape it in. All right, so that is the setup of kind of the beginning of the planner and the monthly and weekly pages. Now we are going to move to the section that I have set aside for home. In the back of this planner, there is a section labeled Creative. Now you get a couple of like coloring pages, but then you get some dot grid pages. Now, I'm getting ready to show you all the dot grid pages, but I basically used this whole section and created a home section in here. So let's dive into that. All right, so here is my home section. So the first thing I did is I simply just drew out a house with a ruler and created kind of an overview of my zone cleaning. So again, I'm gonna have 6 zones this year. I've got my zone 1, and then I listed the rooms in that zone, zone 2, 3, 4, 5, and then zone 6 is my flex zone. So the next thing I did is I set up a place for all of my zone cleaning tasks each month. Now I could have sat down and used a ruler, highlighter, pen, all the things, because again, this is a grid page. I could have created all of this myself. However, this beautiful monthly task page is already on the Bloom site, so I decided that I would save my energy. I printed these out and I just attached them to my planner. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can use sticker paper to print on, or you can just use like a tape runner, which is what I did. I don't have one right here with me, but it's just a tape runner. You can get them at Michael's, Amazon, Hobby Lobby, anywhere like that, and it's just like a tape thing that you run on the back of a page to stick it down, and it works great. The other thing that I did is when I printed this page out, it had like a white border on it, so I cut the border off because I wanted this to fit like down into the page. I didn't want it to like be I didn't want it to be at the edge of the page, and because it had this built-in border, it made it really easy to do that. So I printed off my pages, I put them in, and then I used some stickers to label my zones. So I've got zone 1, then I labeled what that is, and then the tasks. Zone 2, labeled what that is, and the tasks. So every month as I'm doing my zone cleaning, I can just come in here and I can check these off. I know some of you are going to think, oh my goodness, why do you have so many cleaning tasks that you are trying to get to each month? I want you guys to know that I like to have everything broken down either by zone, or you could just do it by room if you don't zone clean. I like to break them down into these small tasks so that when I have windows of time, I can come in here and I can look at this and know the last time I did something, and if I have time to kind of do it now. So this isn't like a goal of me getting to all of this every single month, every single quarter, something like that. I am not, I'm not looking for perfection here. I just wanted a place so that all of this stuff was mapped out for me, so that when I have time to do these things, they are already ready to go. I can just open this up. I can see what needs to be done. I can pick what I'm going to do. I can check it off, and then the next time that I have time to zone clean or whatever, I know where I can just pick back up. So I've got monthly tasks for all of my zones. I decided to leave zone 6 blank for now, simply because this is kind of a new system for me. I'm going to be doing a separate video on this cleaning system, but zone 6 is a flex zone, and I'm not exactly sure yet how I'm going to use my flex zone, but I will be doing a separate video, and I will give you guys lots of ideas on how to use this zone. I'm just not ready to commit to it yet for myself. So the next thing I have is I printed out more of those pages, and instead of up here where it says monthly tasks, I wanted some that said quarterly tasks, because I've got monthly tasks for my zone cleaning, and then I have got quarterly tasks. So I just used some washi tape and a label maker, and I just covered that up, so now it says quarterly tasks. In the monthly tasks, I kind of used like some stickers and things, but I decided to change it up for the quarterly tasks, and I just used a pen or a couple of different pens and highlighters. So for my quarterly tasks, I did go ahead and break these down by zone, but you could just break them down by room, or you could lump them all together. You could do this however you want. But again, I've got these tasks ready, so when I have chunks of time that I can do some cleaning, I can just open this up and know exactly what needs to be done next. The next thing I decided to create in here was a place for our favorite meal ideas. You guys saw that I meal plan for the month, and it doesn't matter if you meal plan for the month or the week or for the next day. Sometimes you get in a rut and it's like, what is it that we like to eat? What kind of meals do we usually eat? Sometimes I think we just forget. And so I've always enjoyed having a place to have these things all together so that I can reference it when I am meal planning. So the way that I decided to break mine down, again, I kind of liked the idea of just using the washi tape with my label maker. It's not a fancy label maker, it's just a regular label maker. I kind of wish I had done that consistently with these things. I felt like it would have looked a little more streamlined, but this also is going to show you guys that you don't have to have anything fancy. You can use a label maker and washi. You can use a pen and a highlighter. You can use cute little banner stickers. You could use whatever it is that you have. You don't have to have anything special. So rather than labeling these sections like I normally would, I have the Big Bloom sticker book, and there are pages of food in there. So this is like our taco meals for Taco Tuesday. These are our pasta dishes, so I just have a little spaghetti there. These are our breakfast foods. These are like our sandwichy kind of meals. Over here we've got Asian meals. We've got like smoker and grill meals. This bucket of fried chicken just kind of represents just normal, regular, everyday dishes. Not that we eat fried chicken very often. And then I've got a bowl of soup over here for soup recipes. I've got room to add, new meals as I try new recipes and things throughout the year. This is not meant to be completely comprehensive. This is just a place to have most of those meals that we gravitate towards, all kind of in one place so that I can meal plan quickly if that is what I am wanting to do. All right, so the next page I have is for my Sam's Club staples. We go to Sam's Club and I try to just go once a month. So I like to have a place where I kind of have everything written out that we like to keep on hand. Now, this is not a shopping list for me. Every time I go to Sam's Club, I do not buy all of these items. But I like to sit down and look at this when I'm making my list, just to kind of jog my memory and make sure that I'm not forgetting something that I need from Sam's. So that's why I have this in here. And the next thing I have in here is my from house to home list. We purchased a fixer-upper last year and we are still working our way through projects. So right here I just have kind of listed like some paint colors. We are still trying to figure out what we're going to be doing for flooring. So I have a place that I can put this information. And then I've got some whole house projects that we're working on that I just listed here. And then on the next 2 pages, I kind of just, made 4 separate lists on each page. And then I just gave each room in our home its own separate list. So some of these are like renovation type things. Some of these are just like new furniture or decor that I want for that room, things like that. But I thought it would be nice to kind of just have this all in one place in my home section. The next page is just a continuation of those home projects. I just have one blank page for outdoor projects. I decided not to separate these into all the different things because we have like backyard projects, garage projects. We also have a shop that we're going to be doing things to the house. But I don't know how many outdoor projects we're going to get to this year. I decided to just put them all together, so that's why that is like that. All right, so on this page, I can't show you all of this because I actually wrote in like dates and things. So right here, I created a celebration page. So this is just a place for me to write down some ideas, things that we're going to do for some holidays. So right here, I have a birthday sticker for each person in our immediate family with our birth date, and then I will kind of write in what our plans are for our birthdays. My son is going to be graduating high school this year, so I created a little section right here so that I can make some notes. Over here I've got an Easter section because we usually do something for Easter. And then I made a little spot for Thanksgiving. And all of these stickers are balloon stickers. And then this page is for Christmas. So I've got a place to put in some prep, some decor ideas, activities that we want to do, and then our plans for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I typically just use this space to kind of write in our meals, like our meal plan for those particular days. And then I have one page left. So when you flip this, you get into a notes section. And I use the notes section for all different kinds of things. I usually will fill up a notes section pretty good. This particular page is just where I jot down just kind of random information that I need to know. So I have mentioned we have a fixer-upper. We are taking wallpaper down, and the wallpaper solution, I can never remember how much solution per water that I need to fill up the bottle. And so I finally just wrote it in my planner so that I'm not constantly having to look it up and get out the calculator and figure all that out. So I wrote that here. Then like K-cups. My husband and son have 2 particular K-cups that they really like. Sometimes I forget what they are. And so I have them written down so when I'm out shopping, I can reference this. So you've got a generous notes section, and then in the very back, you can see that this folder will hold a full 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So this is just a schedule that I have to keep track of, and I keep it in here. This is like our church bulletin that has lots of dates in here. I like to get that each month, and then I transfer that information to my planner. So this is the planner that I'm going to be using for 2024. Now, a couple of other things that I'm going to be using with this. Now, I have found that there are days where I need a little bit more room. So what I have started doing is I have just gone back to using a daily planning pad. This isn't something that I use every single day. I have tried to do this like in planners before, and really I just don't need it every single day, so it just doesn't make sense. So I've gone back to just using this planning pad. I usually will keep just a couple of these in the pocket of this planner, that way I can just grab them and use them. Another thing that I like to use is this planner pad. This is also from Bloom, and you can see these are good size pads of paper, so these are going to last a long time. But this particular pad has a section for work and personal, and some weeks when I have a lot going on, it's really nice to kind of just do a big brain dump and kind of list all the things that I need to do and separate them. I can work off of this list, or I can transfer these things to my planner and like actually schedule them, but I use this quite a bit. The other thing I'm going to be using this year is this 8.5 by 11 hardcover planner. Now, this is not something that you guys are really going to see. This is something that I'm going to be using for my content planning. One thing that I really like about Bloom planners is they're not super thick. So I had thought about using just a monthly planner for my content planning because I really just need it for like scheduling. However, sometimes I find that it's nice if I need to write myself notes and things like that, that it's nice to kind of have everything in one place. So I'm going to be using this planner. It doesn't have as many of the things as the Ultimate Planner does. So in this planner, you've got kind of your worksheets at the front, and then you get 12 blank notes pages. I'm going to be using this probably for either expenses and income, things like that. I tend to kind of need a sheet per month. So that'll work out because there's 12 of these. And then each month you just kind of have your monthly overview. And then for the weekly section, this is the part that I probably won't use very much at all. But like I said, when I have Zoom calls and meetings and, you know, brand things that I've got to figure out, I can just put all of the information here just as notes, and then it will be easy for me to reference. But I like the size of it. I like that the monthly calendar is nice and big. I don't really need the weekly space, but it might be nice to track some social media things here as well. And then, like I said, I've got a place for notes instead of having to have a separate notebook. So that is my plan. This is probably not something I will have out every day, but this right here is going to be my workhorse for 2024. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I do want to mention that I am an affiliate for Bloom, but I have been using these products since 2017. I actually went back the other day and looked to see exactly when I ordered my first Bloom product, and I have been using them off and on throughout the years, and now I really can't see myself using another planner. I am so committed to this planner. This planner is just going to work so good for me this year, and I am so very excited about it. I do have a link down below. If you use my link to purchase your products through the Bloom website, you will get 10% on your first purchase, and then I will earn a small commission. And I just want to say thank you to all of you that continue to use my links. All right, that's all I have for you today. I am so excited about all that is in store for 2024, and I will see you guys soon.